Today, we're diving into the recent explosive rally of QCLS stock. As of December 4, 2025, QCLS closed at $6.77, marking an eye-popping daily return of nearly 45%. This dramatic move has caught the attention of traders and analysts alike, sparking debates about whether this is the start of a new uptrend or just a temporary spike. In this video, we'll break down the technical signals behind this surge, examine key momentum indicators, and discuss what it all means for investors. Let's start by looking at the overall technical score and what it suggests for QCLS in the short and long term. The technical score for QCLS currently stands at 62.5. This number reflects a shift toward bullish sentiment in the short term, indicating that buyers are in control for now. However, it's important to note that this score is not extremely high, which means there's still some caution in the market. The technical score combines various indicators, including price action, momentum, and trend strength, to provide a snapshot of the stock's current technical health. While the short-term outlook is positive, the long-term picture tells a different story, which we'll explore next. QCLS has aggressively broken above both its short-term and medium-term moving averages. The current price of $6.77 is significantly higher than the 5-day simple moving average, SMA, at $4.36, and the 20-day SMA at $3.53. This wide gap between the price and these averages is a classic sign of a strong short-term uptrend. Such a breakout often attracts momentum traders looking to capitalize on rapid price movements. However, it's crucial to recognize that these sharp moves can sometimes be unsustainable, especially if not supported by broader market trends. Despite the impressive rally, QCLS remains well below its 200-day moving average, which currently sits at $15.25. The stock is also far from its 52-week high of $164, highlighting the depth of its previous drawdown. This context is important because it reminds us that, while the short-term trend is bullish, the major long-term trend is still bearish. The current move may be more of a reaction from the recent 52-week low of $2.50 rather than the start of a sustained recovery. Momentum indicators are flashing strong signals. The 14-day Relative Strength Index, RSI, is at 76.85, well above the typical overbought threshold of 70. This suggests that the stock is experiencing intense buying pressure and could be due for a pause or pullback. Momentum indicators like RSI help traders gauge whether a stock is overbought or oversold, providing clues about potential reversals or continuations in price trends. The Money Flow Index, or MFI, is at an extraordinary 99.64. This is near the maximum possible value, indicating that buying pressure has reached an unsustainable level. When the MFI is this high, it often signals that a correction or at least a period of consolidation is likely. Traders should be cautious, as such extreme readings rarely persist for long without some form of price adjustment. The MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence, is another key momentum indicator. For QCLS, the MACD value is 0.253, which is above the signal line at -0.065. This positive crossover confirms the bullish trend in the short term. MACD crossovers are widely watched by traders as they often precede significant price movements, especially when supported by other indicators. The stock RSI K value for QCLS is at 100, which is the maximum possible reading. This further confirms that the stock is in an extremely overbought condition. When both the RSI and stochastic indicators are at such high levels, it's a strong warning that the current rally may be overextended and vulnerable to a pullback. QCLS is currently experiencing high volatility. The stock price has pierced through the upper Bollinger Band, which is set at $5.23, while the current price is $6.77. Trading outside the Bollinger Bands is a sign that the stock is moving beyond its typical statistical range, often leading to sharp reversals or periods of consolidation as the price reverts to the mean. It's important to distinguish between short-term and long-term signals. While the short-term indicators are overwhelmingly bullish, the long-term trend remains bearish. This divergence suggests that the current rally may be a sharp reaction to previous lows rather than the start of a new sustained uptrend. Investors should weigh both perspectives before making decisions. Let's take a closer look at the Relative Strength Index, or RSI. This momentum oscillator measures the speed and change of price movements. An RSI above 70 typically signals that a stock is overbought, while a reading below 30 indicates oversold conditions. With QCLS at 76.85, the stock is clearly in overbought territory, suggesting that buyers may soon run out of steam. The Money Flow Index, or MFI, is another important momentum indicator. Unlike RSI, MFI incorporates both price and volume data to gauge buying and selling pressure. Values above 80 are considered overbought, and QCLS's reading of 99.64 is extremely rare. This suggests that the recent buying spree may not be sustainable. MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence, is a trend-following momentum indicator. It shows the relationship between two moving averages of a stock's price. A positive MACD above the signal line, as seen in QCLS, confirms bullish momentum. However, traders should watch for any signs of a reversal, especially when other indicators are overbought. The stochastic oscillator is a momentum indicator comparing a particular closing price to a range of its prices over a certain period. A stock RSI value of 100, like QCLS currently has, means the stock is at the very top of its recent trading range. This is a classic sign of overbought conditions and often precedes a short-term reversal. Bollinger Bands are volatility bands placed above and below a moving average. When a stock price moves outside these bands, it signals that the price is unusually high or low compared to its recent average. QCLS trading above the upper band at $5.23 is a clear sign of heightened volatility and potential for a pullback. With so many indicators in overbought territory, short-term traders face increased risks. While rallies like this can be profitable, they are often followed by sharp corrections. It's essential for traders to use stop-loss orders and manage their risk carefully during such volatile periods. Despite the short-term excitement, QCLS still faces significant challenges in its long-term recovery. The stock remains far below its 200-day moving average and 52-week high, indicating that it has a long way to go before regaining its former strength. Investors should be cautious about expecting a quick turnaround. Identifying key support and resistance levels is crucial in volatile markets. For QCLS, the recent low of $2.50 serves as a major support, while the 200-day SMA at $15.25 and the 52-week high at $164 are significant resistance levels. Watching how the price reacts near these levels can provide valuable trading signals. Let's visualize the key technical indicators for QCLS in one schematic. This will help us see how the price, moving averages, and momentum oscillators align to create the current technical picture. By mapping these indicators together, we can better understand the risks and opportunities present in the stock right now. For investors, the key takeaway is to balance the excitement of a sharp rally with the reality of overbought signals and long-term weakness. While short-term traders may find opportunities, long-term investors should be cautious and look for confirmation of a sustained trend before committing significant capital. In summary, QCLS has delivered a dramatic short-term rally, breaking above key moving averages and triggering overbought signals across multiple indicators. However, the stock remains in a long-term downtrend and faces significant resistance ahead. Whether this rally marks the start of a new trend or just a temporary spike will depend on how the stock performs in the coming days. Stay tuned for further updates as the story unfolds.